Hi,
Welcome, everyone.
everyone. Almost Friday. We'll give it, I think 1 more minute, and then we will get started just because it is 1:01. We wanna make sure we get through everything, but thanks everyone for joining. We'll wait till 1:02.
I know people are still trickling in,
Mhm.
but we're excited to have everybody.
Yes.
And I don't know about where you guys live, but it is finally not so humid here in Connecticut. So the
My
weather is,
gosh.
while it's warm, it's a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, it's hot in Georgia, but we're getting some breeze today, which is nice. Oh, okay. So I guess let's go ahead and get started. So everyone, welcome to our match webinar. This is the first year that we are doing this, so we are super excited. This will be for Las Vegas Gift and Souvenir and also Smoky. So we will have both people from both shows joining us. Overall, the portal is going to be very similar, so that's why we're kind of grouping it together. Again, this is going to be recorded, so you can watch us as many times as you want to see Ashley and I's beautiful faces, and we will also post it after this as well. So to get started, I am Abby Duncan. I am the audience engagement coordinator on the Vegas show. So I am here to help you with scheduling your meetings, editing your profiles, also onboarding you, and just having that service to have that connection with us. And then also on site where I will be around tracking your meetings, being in the lounge, and just having a lot of fun with y'all. And then Ashley is joining us as well today.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Ashley. I'm the group director of digital engagement and product. So I'm acting as Abby's co-host for this webinar. So we're going to do it interview style. So I'll be asking her questions as she's running through the platform, which, speaking of questions, I already see that somebody has asked a question in the Q&A, which is awesome to see. So just make sure that you are using that Q&A. As Abby said earlier, we're going to make sure that we are asking the questions that you have throughout it again, and hopefully the questions we're asking and what we're showing you helps answer those questions before you even have to ask. So the question we do have right now: why did the portal go live before the webinar? Because we wanted to make sure that you guys could get in there and start playing with it, and then as you had questions, this was a great opportunity for us just to connect live and be able to talk with you and have that interaction. So again, as Abby said, we're really excited to be here with you guys.
Yes. And again, this is our first year doing the webinar, so I'm definitely going to take feedback and figure out what the best timing is for next year as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in and share my screen as if I am logging in as an exhibitor. So here is the main page. We have that beautiful bright baby blue. It's probably not going to be the same as Smoky, so just keep that in mind. Here you will enter your email address. You will then enter your badge or reg ID. So this is a credential that we sent via email. Again, I reached out to everyone again yesterday. If you haven't received an email from our group platform, please reach out to me after this and we can get you signed up. So you would just enter the reg ID that was sent to you. From here, you create a password. It just has to be 6 characters long. So nothing too crazy. We don't have to ask for too many crazy symbols or whatnot. So 6
Abby, I'm going
characters
to
long.
interrupt you
Yep.
really quick and say, for anybody in case you didn't get it, she said check your spam. I'm also going to
Mm.
drop in the chat right now the the email address for our team's shared inbox. So that way, like if you had a question about your specific login, just shoot us an email there and we can get that over to you. So I'm going to put that in the chat now. I'm also going to be putting in some other resources for you, so you'll make sure that you have that.
Awesome. Perfect. Thanks, Ashley.
Of
Okay,
course.
so once you log in for the first time, this will pop up and it's a complete your profile tab. So here we want you to complete your profile as thoroughly as possible. The more we know about you, the more we can better match us as in the technology. So again, here you can click on primary business type interested. We have a lot listed here, so please make sure you go through them and click what is appropriate for you and your business. Again, you can do the search bar here. So I'll just click another one. You can pick a few too, whatever is appropriate for your business. And then products and service offered, same kind of thing. So we have a bunch of product categories here. It is easier if you do want to search the tab bar here. And then last but not least, mobile phone number. So we're not going to be spamming you too much, but again, on show site, we are going to be doing a texting service to be able to check in on people's meetings and just have a very accurate number of who showed up and who didn't. So please fill this out because this will be our source of truth during the show. I also will be coming around, checking in on you on show site, but again, there's going to be almost 800 meetings on show site, so we would just love if you could, at the end of the day, text this service. I'll get into that a little bit later into the program when we get closer to the show. So next
Lots of
here,
meetings in there.
yeah, a ton of meetings. I'll be running around with my head chopped off. So again, contact details, your personal contact details are shown below. By selecting one of the options under visibility, you can choose whether this data can be seen by other attendees on your profile or through exports. So here again, you'll have your email that's logged in already. You can type in your phone number, and then once you do type in your phone number, you can choose if you want it private. If it is private, no other data types can see your cell phone number. If you do connections only, that just means if you mark someone as interested and they mark you back, they will then be able to see your email and your phone number just if you want to follow up with each other or whatnot. So that's totally up to you guys. And then once your onboarding is complete, you are now in our homepage for the portal. Before we jump into the homepage, I'm going to go into this top right corner. This is going to be your edit profile. This is going to be your personal profile. So everyone in here is going to be in as a match exhibitor rep. So you have your own profile, and then we connect you with a company with your company profile as well. So anything you do on this page, it's going to be on your profile. So again, job title, company, location. It's great to fill out as much information as you can, again, because the website will generate people that we think that you might be a good fit with, but it also just helps buyers know a little bit more about you and if they want to schedule meetings with you. So
Abby,
again,
quick
mhm,
question. I
mhm.
always feel bad interrupting you, but
Oh no,
so
go
we
ahead.
had somebody ask this in the chat, but I do want to put it here out to you just in case somebody can't see the chat, and especially with the recording. But they did ask the question regarding like being able to update their phone number later on if they want to. So on this page with their profile information, so any of the details that you filled out on boarding, can you update that or change that at any point that you want to?
Anytime, yes.
Okay.
So you would fill it out here and then just make sure you click update profile. We did have a few questions regarding information on the ERC and the portal. These two, there's no integration connecting them. So anything you do within the match portal, it will get updated in the match portal, and same with the ERC. So we pulled information from the ERC to get you like a head start with your company profile. But as far as these meetings and what buyers are going to see within the match program, you want to do it in the match portal. So they're not going to be connected. And if you do update that, it's just going to be a little separate. So again, sorry for the confusion. I know it's a little complicated for first timers, but we are here to help you.
And to
So from
clarify, so this profile
Mhm.
page, right, that's their like individual people profile, right? That's just
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
logged in, this is me, not my company.
Yes. So then to get to your company, you would click My Team. So everyone should be tied to a company in the portal. And from here, that's where you're going to see your calendar. This is where your meetings will also pop up. So you can filter this on scheduled, pending, awaited response, and declined. Um, If you wanted to create a meeting from here, you can, if you already know who you're wanting to meet with or whatnot. I will get to the buyer list once we get back to the home page. From here, you can then edit your company profile. So this is where you can edit a cover photo, and then Ashley will be able to put the specs in the chat for y'all as well. Headline, products and service offered. So again, I would fill out both profiles, your company profile and just you as an exhibitor rep, just so to give the buyers as much information as possible.
The
From
more the better
here,
in there for
mhm,
sure.
yeah, definitely. And again, just like your profile, if you want to edit anything or change this at any time, you can just go into again right here where it says My Team will be where you're working with your company profile. From here, you can add products. Oh, yeah. So you would just click here, add the photos, and then just remember click add so it all will save. At the end of the show, if you want to export your meetings, you can. You'll just go right here and then click export and it will be in an Excel format.
Abby, quick question around, someone just asked, so file type, so JPEGs, what other, if you go back to like the products or the logos, does that
Yeah.
indicate which file type should be on there?
So, oh,
I'd say JPEG's probably one of the more popular ones. I do think we take PNGs. I
and
would
just no
say no,
videos.
yeah, no videos,
Mhm,
no PDFs. The system won't take documents.
mhm. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've edited our profile and our company profile, so we're back to the home page. We have this big block in all caps to RSVP for the match breakfast. So this is a great opportunity for you to network with buyers and also get to know a few other exhibitors that are in the program. We definitely recommend that you RSVP so we can gauge how many people, and that is by August 1st, which is crazy that that's next week. Time is flying. But again, this is a great opportunity. If you didn't receive meetings with buyers that you wanted to see, this is a great way to talk with them or just introduce yourself in a more casual way as well. This will be at the end of the show floor on our match lounge, so that's just a great area to network. And then also that's where we're going to have our product preview area if you choose to want to put some of your products on our shelves. It's just a good meeting place too, and a lot of buyers will come and hang out. We have refreshments in the lounge too. So match breakfast the second day of the show at 8 a.m. We have set the time for meetings to start at 9 a.m. on this Tuesday, just so we don't run into the problem where you might be at the breakfast, but someone made a meeting with you at 8. So all meetings will start at 9 on that Tuesday. So again, from here, you can click Match Buyers. So this is organized alphabetically, so from A to Z. Everyone's going to be listed here with their name and then company name under it. If you have a certain buyer that you already know you want to meet with, you can search them up at the search bar. From here, you can click Show Interested. If you show interested, they will get a notification, and then if they interest you back, you are all both able to chat. So that's when the chat function will come up on your portal. When you are wanting to request a meeting, you just click this. Again, it would be in this case with Melissa. You can add a personal message. So again, I would definitely recommend writing a little paragraph of who you are, that you're excited to meet with them, and why you want to meet with them or why they should meet with you. And then it will be at your location. So all meetings will be at your booth on the show floor, and meetings are 20 minutes. So really just an introductory meeting to get to know your product and with you, and then hopefully for more business later.
Abby, I
Ashley.
do have two questions just around
Okay.
like the match portal or like the
Hmm.
meetings themselves that have come in. So the first one I had that came in the Q&A, just give me 1 second, it's loaded back up. So if they were, so I guess you're showcasing right now that they can send meeting requests. Obviously, they can receive meeting requests from the buyers as well. So somebody asked, are they able to meet? So if they receive more meeting requests than they originally signed up for, are they able to meet with these buyers? So can they go in and accept those meeting requests for the ones that they've received?
So as far as packages that everyone has purchased, that is the number of meetings. So we allow one meeting over your purchased amount just as a buffer, because if a buyer gets sick and can't come to the show or whatnot, no shows and cancels, that's just a buffer that we like to have. So we allow you, say you have the 3 meeting package, you can send 4 meeting requests. Once one is accepted or declined, you're able to send however more that you have left in your limit. As far as buyers reaching out to you, if this would be something that we would need to talk to your sales consultant about. If we can upgrade you, that's great. We just really have to keep an eye on how many buyers we have in the program. So because we want everyone to at least get the amount that they've paid for. So case by case scenario, I would definitely have an interested list of priority of who you want to send meetings with first. This is also a very proactive program, you have to be in the portal, I would say weekly, just to keep checking on it. You get what you put in. So it is a little bit more work, but I think that we've had a lot of success with this program. So
I think we had, so two other questions came in, but I do think you answered them as you kind of explained it. So just saying, if a buyer sets a meeting with us through Match, does it remove one of our Match credits, or is there a number of maximum meetings that we can book? So I think you kind of covered the contracted, right? So you purchased a meeting package, that's that's technically the amount of meetings that you should be having for the meetings there. And then similar, as Abby just explained, with the buyer setting meetings, just making sure that, again, just being aware of how many that you have coming in, choosing the meetings that are your priority, and if you are looking to adjust, just make sure to talk to your salespeople. Um, on that note, now we're getting the question, how we find the number of meeting credits we have purchased. Is this in our profile?
so good question. Here, say I want to, meet with Melissa here, there's going to be this little number down here. So I purchased whatever package I purchased, this will tell you how many meeting requests you have left. So if you purchase the 3 package, you would then have 4 meeting requests you can send out. With the 10, you can request 11. I think with a 5, you can request 6. So if you are unsure with what you've purchased, or if you do want to upgrade, please reach out to your sales consultant. They will then loop me in and we can adjust accordingly. If you do go over, I know we've talked about upgrading and charging per meeting. So just be cautious of who you're requesting. And also just if a week goes by and you haven't heard anything, you can always decline that request, send it again. Buyers get a email every time that they get a meeting request too. So and we follow up with them and we encourage them to go into the portal as much as possible as well. So again, it's push and pull on both parts, but just be very proactive in the portal.
It's still a lot more meeting questions coming in, so I'm just gonna go through them. So
That's fine.
what if you don't get any meetings?
I don't think we've ever had anyone not get any meetings. So again, I wouldn't worry about that too much. If anything, we're on the opposite side of people wanting to upgrade and get more meetings. And we work with our CAMs very closely to just make sure that the buyers are interactive and going in and taking the amount of meetings as well. So it's a case by case scenario. We will help you. We will figure out who would be a great fit for you. But at the end of the day, buyers do have to accept or decline, and as well as exhibitors accept or decline. So um, I wouldn't worry about that too much.
All right, so then another question, so if a meeting gets canceled for some reason, do we get that meeting back if you purchase? So yes, right? If one gets canceled, you absolutely have the ability to schedule another one.
Hmm.
Somebody also asked, is there a difference between meetings that are requested by the buyers versus the meetings that are requested by the exhibitor? So I'd say no, right? It's at the end of the day, it's same process. It's
Yeah.
just who's organizing it is going to be the difference.
Yes, and I will reiterate this 1,000 times, but we really, really want this program to be meeting with new companies, so new business. So if, for instance, a buyer reaches out and you already do business with them, that will count as one of your guaranteed meetings. So you can always message them back and say, "Hi, I would still love to see you on the show floor. But I only have a certain amount of meetings, and can we, meet at the breakfast or whatnot," and just do it that way, because that will count. Whether or not a buyer requests you, that still counts towards your amount. So again, new business. This is just to get new connections, new business, and it's not rude by saying I'd still love to see you, because you want to keep that relationship. But again, we really try to push new business here. So you're allowed to be picky with who you accept and decline as well.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just running through. We've got some chats coming in, some in the Q&A. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm consolidating all of the meeting questions before you move on to a different section at this point. So, um, let's see. Credits. I answered the question, how many meeting requests you can send in a day. So it's just as many as your pending limit. So there's not like on day 1, you can only send 1 request. So that's very much ongoing depending on like the engagement. Regarding exporting list of the customers into an Excel file, Abby, I know you touched base on the Teams functionality. If you just want to show them where they can download um,
Yes.
their
So to
meeting list.
download the export, you go back to My Team and then export here. and then you would click this top one, export again, and then it will export it to your desktop there. Again, I don't have any meetings right now, so there's no meetings to export on my end.
If users were looking just to see the full list of match buyers, just so they can help them like review who to schedule meetings with, is that something that we can provide?
So yes, we can't send any contact information. We can work with our team to send an Excel doc if that's easier with just buyer, company, and name. Again, here is the full list is in the portal. That's going to be the most accurate because we are adding people in weekly, and that's gonna be up until the show. So to make it a little easier on you, you can show interested here. So say you show interested on a few, that's going to be on the my interested list here. So if you want to go through all the buyers, take one day to do that and just click the few that you're interested, that's going to accumulate on your my interested list. The same for if there's a few people that you know you want meet with, you can skip them here and that will go to your skip list and those won't show up on your list, your overall list again. So that makes it a little easier if you want to utilize the portal. Again, you can reach out to us and we can see about getting an exported list, but we would like everyone to do most of the work in the portal, again, just because it can generate a few of who they think would be a good fit for you as far as like my recommendations, view profiles that the platform recommends you to meet with based off your preference. So if you start skipping a lot of people or you interest a lot of people, it will pick up on that and then it will all be listed recommended for you here.
I've been manually answering some of the questions in the chats, but two questions did come through just around like the response times from the buyers. So I guess Abby, maybe explain on your end what you are doing and what Heather on the key account side is doing just regarding like the actual engagement and then like really what your guys' role is and how you're looking at the data and how you're looking at the meetings.
Yeah, so every day I have a tracker, so I have everyone's company and primary contact, and I've been emailing all of you too. So we then go in and I'm tracking all of your meetings. So I have a spreadsheet of how many you've requested, how many buyers have requested you, and your count as every day. So in the morning and in the afternoon. So then from there, weekly, well, really daily, I am talking with our key account manager and our team. And if there's any like problem children or whatnot, we discuss that and say, hey, so and so is waiting on a few requests, or so how half of them aren't active yet, or half of them haven't logged in and whatnot. So we are both working I'm working with y'all as the exhibitors, and Heather will be working with the buyers, and just try to encourage both parties to get in and to get active in the portal. So as far as turnaround, if it's someone you really, really want to meet with, I would give it like a week or two or more, and just keep that as your one your pending meeting that you don't touch. But as far as a few others, I think again, like I said, they will get an email every time they get a meeting request. So don't bombard them, but if it's been a week or two, you can always decline that request and resend out a new one, and that will initiate another email. And then we are always weekly, we are trying to reach out to them as well, just to encourage them to go in and at least accept or decline the meetings instead of just letting them as stay as pending.
Awesome. I think we are up to date in the chat. So,
Okay.
how many match exhibitors this year are in the program currently?
Oh, so right now I think we have 80. Well, we just signed up another one, so I think 87. So
It's big
everyone,
this year.
yeah, definitely. Okay, so as far as the homepage again, everything's pretty straightforward. You have your pending meetings here, interested in me here. So if a buyer does mark you as interested, they will then show up here. Once you again both say that you're interested in each other, you can then chat people. So then I can send a message to Melissa here. You will also be able to chat them once the meeting is accepted. So say you wanted to be like, hi, I just wanted to say we're so excited to meet with you, or you could message them um, and just any other like information you want to show them or tell them before the meeting too. So that's a great function. And then here, if you click the little calendar button, your request will then show here in their profile. So if you need to, you could go ahead and send this here. And then this little notification will pop up, and then you can sync all of your meetings to your calendar. On this note, keep in mind that if you have out of office already set for your emails for the show, sometimes the portal, if it's connected to your calendar, it will auto decline some of these meetings. So I would definitely go in. We have a slide on our resource guide too, talking a little bit more about that, but there's a preference that you can click so that doesn't happen with your meeting. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Um, and then back to this, if you have any other questions too, you can also click this resource tab here. We have a match resource guide. So that's just a profile or a PowerPoint version of kind of what we're talking about right now. I made a how-to video, again, kind of what we're talking about today, just logging in and how to use the portal. And then we do have a list of 10 match tips that we will be sharing. We'll share this link in the chat as well. So good things to go over. Again, if you need any other help, please contact me or our team, and we will get all your questions squared away. And again, we are in the portal and checking this daily. So we are here to help you. We're here to manage your meetings and make sure that everyone is satisfied with this program.
Yeah, another call out. So just for those, again, who are watching the recording, if you can't see the chat, users, Abby, if you scroll down on that homepage, on the blocks that we have here, you'll see that there's that block that says interested in me and then your pending meetings. So if you have anybody who has marked you as interested or sent you meeting requests, that's going to appear under that section. So that name will actually pop up. So another nice resource for you guys to be able to see it. And then quick question, Abby, does a user does receive an email, right, when they get a meeting request?
Yes.
Great. So it's another way for you guys to get notified.
And then once you log into, you have your notifications here. So say Melissa has requested to meet with you, you can click this, and then it should pop up a weighted response. So if you click this and you need to reschedule a meeting, you can go into the meeting itself, reschedule, explain why you want to reschedule this meeting, and then you can go in and click the time. Again, this will show you how many meeting requests you have left, which is a good function too. Any other questions?
Been a little slower in the chat, but what else you guys got for
No
us?
more rapid fire?
Anything?
Again, we
Oh,
are here
let's
for you.
see.
Oh,
Oh, okay, so let's see. Okay, so
hmm.
how many buyers are registered? I typed this in the Q&A, but we're looking at about 120 right now with buyers still being added to the program. Um, let's see what else we have. Can you showcase the filters under match buyers so can filter by company type in different categories?
So here's the match buyer list. You could click company name. So again, everyone will be listed here. You can search here too if you're looking for a specific company. If you are looking for products and services interested, again, you can click a few and then the filters will show up here and you would just click apply. And then these buyers will show up again. You can always clear your filters here. You can do primary business as well, and you can do number of locations. So say you want 2 to 4, apply. And again, all these buyers are the ones that have filled out the 2 to 4 locations. And then again, job title too.
Awesome. All right, we got a few more questions in here, so let me just run through them. So Christy had asked, so sorry, Christy, it got stuck in between my two chats, so I didn't see your original question, but how do you know which buyer in some of these bigger groups is the right one for your products?
I know like Aramark and a few other bigger companies have multiple buyers. So I would definitely try to click into their profile and see if they have any categories that they have selected. And then from there, you can always reach out to me and we can connect you with our key account manager. Heather works directly with our buyers. So she would be able to answer a few more of like the detailed questions of who they buy for, where they buy for, just other questions like that. So shoot me an email, and we can get you if you don't know who to pick from out of a bigger company, we can let you know about that too.
All right, next question. After I sent message, they don't respond in 1 week. What should they do? What should they then do? Like, what would their next step be if they're just waiting for a response after X amount of time?
Again, I think that is up to you. If it's a really important meeting that you want to get, again, you can decline the meeting and then resend another one. So it would just initiate another email. Again, the buyers, we just launched the program, so it does take a few weeks for everyone to get situated in and to go in and make their meetings. So and people do schedule their meetings pretty closely to the show as well. I think we are cutting it off. A little closer to the show just so we finalize everyone's schedules. But keep in mind, people join. We're getting more buyers joining too. So I would personally, I think I'd give it a week. If it's someone I still want to meet with, maybe resend them the invite, or I would go with my B choice and send it to someone else. So
Awesome. All right, next one. Where was I on this list? This user, it's their first year, so welcome to the program. So if we get two requests from the same company, example Delaware North, should we accept both?
Um, I would not. And that's a function in the portal that I'd utilize. I would message them and just say, "Hey, we've received a meeting request from both of you. Do you think we could do meet with one of you, just because you are paying for these meetings. So I personally wouldn't take a meeting with the same two meetings with the same company. But again, don't be afraid to chat them. They're also humans. A lot of them are very, very nice. So if you have questions like that, I would definitely chat them and just kind of say, hey, we're going to decline this one, but we're going to take this one with you guys.
Yeah, and I think some of the stores too may be looking to purchase different products. So
Mhm.
it could be one who's focusing on one area of the business and another on the other. But as Abby said, definitely utilize that chat function to make sure that you can narrow it down so that way you don't waste your meeting slots.
Mhm.
All right. Is there an end date to when the buyers will no longer be added?
Um, I don't. That is a Heather question. I think last year she was adding people still pretty close to the event, but majority, I I don't think we will be
That
dating
many more
too
at this
too
point,
many
probably.
buyers. Yeah, I think there's a big chunk of them in already, so maybe a couple more, but I wouldn't wait too long to request your meetings out.
All right. So we had somebody said best way to contact you. So I did add the email address for the match team again in here. So that way you guys had it. How long does the process typically take to finish scheduling all your match meetings? I'd say that's going to depend, right, on the just overall engagement, right? So that's going to be both from the exhibitors and the buyers. So some groups do it really quickly, really proactive. Some take their time in reviewing. But Abby, I don't know if you had any more insights onto that one.
No, again, it's a group effort. Like I'm in contact with y'all. I try to encourage you. Same if there's an exhibitor that hasn't signed up and hasn't sent any requests, then that's really on you guys. I would not wait for a lot of the buyers to send you requests. It's very, very exhibitor heavy to be requesting these buyers. So it's what you make of the program. And again, we're working with our team. And if we see buyers that are not active in it, we will definitely talk to Heather and see if she can encourage them to log in and start getting active in the program because we do require them to take a certain amount of meetings too. So y'all are paying for these meetings. We want you to have them, and we expect the buyers to show up and to do their work as well.
Next question. So for setup, it asks when you are available for meetings. If we set up outside of show hours, are we able to meet at our booth? So I think match portal is set up for the hours specific for match that everybody has access to, right? So
Yeah, so, I think we allow 1 hour before the show floor opens for match meetings. So, when everyone gets their badges, there will be a match we'll have match ribbons on there, so that's how security will know to let you in. And then again, if you go to manage my availability, they're set for the time slots that we already allow. This would kinda just be like if you don't want a meeting for, like here, if you don't want a meeting for 10 to 11 because you won't be available, you'll just hit done here. But the system, like say I wanted to meet with Melissa, let's go to this one. Say I wanted to reschedule. The times here are 8 to 4. So it won't let you schedule at 6 a.m. because none of us are going to be there and you'll be in the dark outside. But 8 a.m. we allow 1 hour before the show floor opens just because it's a little quieter. And then we stop all of them around 4 just so we have enough time to collect all the data, make sure everyone's meetings either showed up or if they didn't show up, we can figure out what to do for next steps on that.
great. So somebody made the are buyers obligated to show up for meetings? Yes, absolutely. They know that they're signing into this program. So on their end, we are creating folders that have their schedules in it. So the same for you guys. So just connecting with them ahead of the show, making sure that they know their schedules and making sure, as Abby said earlier, like there's a lot of check-ins from us when we're on show site, just making sure that they're there. If they happen to be running late or things like that, we do a lot of behind the scenes work to make sure that we can coordinate getting them there. So whether it's rescheduling or walking them over to your booths. So again, it is a priority for us to make sure that they are at your booth and at your meetings.
Yeah.
And then when is the cutoff for booking meetings? So I don't think we have a technical cutoff, but we just recommend doing it probably about a week before the show, is having as things buttoned up as possible. We understand that things can change, but just making sure you're staying on top of it and having it done about a week before the show.
Mhm.
Two comments just regarding the new buyers that get added, just saying how it's difficult to like upkeep with the list and how we could be notified if somebody's new added. So I think that's something maybe we should explore in the tech. I don't know if it has a way to do it right now at this moment, if we have the status on there, but either way, we can take a look at that tech and then we can reach out to you guys post webinar with just some insights there.
Mm,
As we said, I don't think it'll be many new who are added, but just in case we can communicate to you.
definitely.
What else? Just going through these. Um, Irma, so I need to cancel the request before we send the other request. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. So Irma, if you're still here and you want to explain that in the chat, that would be great. What space do we have for the product preview? And regarding the goodie bags for Matt, should they ship it or bring it to the show?
Um, so for product preview area, I'm not sure on the exact dimensions, but it's like a smaller little area, so maybe like a couple pieces of your product. And then if you did want to contribute to our match goodie bags, again, please reach out to your sales consultant so we can start making a list of that. I think you would need at least, I'd say no less than 120 pieces of product so we can bag stuff them and then give them to the match buyer. So again, I I can let y'all know about the dimensions of the product preview area. It's not very big. It's literally like a little square, but we have 3 level shelves, and that's just a nice way that if buyers are in there having drinks or just kind of catching up, they're able to walk around and see your products there. And then again with the match goodie bag, it's nice that they can see your product in person too. And then as
One.
far as shipping, we have some people ship it. Um, Again, after this, I'll write it in my notes to just do initial outreach to match goodie bags, product preview, and details on to ship um, or to bring.
Okay, next question that we have. So just regarding it, like the meeting scheduling in themselves and if it should be just one rep from each company. So, and then like if they're going to have multiple people in their booths. So I would say probably, and Abby, correct me if I'm wrong, with the meeting scheduling system, we always only add one rep from the system just because it's easier for the buyer to be able to schedule that with that main contact. So we have one person who's in charge of the actual portal and the meeting scheduling. But when it comes to time on site, if there is another salesperson, sales rep from your company who would actually be the better fit for that meeting, they can absolutely be the person who takes that meeting. We just need one person who's in charge of organizing the meetings.
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah, it can vary who wants to take the meeting in person, but we just need one contact in the portal to make it a little less confusing. Any other questions?
So Rob, so just Abby, I know you're probably not looking at the chat, but Rob, I will reach out to Marnie after this webinar, just about upgrading your package. Looking at the Q&A really quickly just to see what I have. So the meeting, yes, this has been recorded. We have the PowerPoint that lives on our resource guide page. I'll plug that in before we end the webinar again. This will get added to that page and then it will be linked in the portal. So you guys will always have access to it that way. Um, when sending a meeting request, how do we know if a buyer is available in that time slot? So Abby, do you want to answer that question for us?
So, the buyer also it's the same kind of look on the homepage as the buyer. So the buyer has the availability to change their calendar availability, and it won't let you schedule if they've blocked off their calendar. So the portal already knows if they are not available in the morning, it won't let you. And then again, you can always chat them or reschedule if needed, but their availability should be pretty accurate within the portal when you're requesting a meeting with them.
Perfect. All right, I'm just adding in those resource URLs again for everybody,
Would
but
say to oh yeah, for the resources here, definitely take some time to go in and look at the match tips. This is just some great feedback. We've had a really, really successful program in the last few years. So please take some time to review this. If you have any other questions, please reach out to our team. If you have any buyer questions, we can connect you with Heather as well. And yeah, I mean, it's a great program. We're excited and it's growing, so it'll be good. It'll be fun.
for any, I don't know if there's anybody who's just matched for Smoky for this webinar, but
Mm.
again, your portal is not live yet. It will be coming live in the next, I want to say in the next month or so. But again, as Abby said earlier, it is going to be essentially the same technology. So we wanted to make it as easy as possible for you guys. And again, you'll have this webinar as a resource there. We'll have our guide. So you're in good hands with this team. Abby and the rest of the group do a really great job of answering your emails and helping. So, um, yeah, whatever you guys need.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. Again, reach out if you have any other questions, and we're gonna have a great program this year. So, and we'll see you in September.
Great. Bye, everyone. Thank you.